Remember, I hate this car. Alright, hopefully you guys can see that on the camera. Some back and forth to get it to fit with the seat. 1, 2, yeah, there's 3 in there somewhere. 4, but reverse was the one that, yeah, just barely. No moving the seat forward and driving this thing. Ooh, that melted on there. We'll let that cool and try it again. Seems hot. Gross, had my face by that. Remember, I hate this car. Well, she rocks and rolls a little bit, as you can see on this episode. We got her going, we're ready to go. Got a few things to do. One of the things is I'm gonna put a trailer hitch on the back. I'm gonna mount the rough rack permanent. I've got a barrel to do right in here, like I wanted to get. That'll be one of our items. We got 2 or 3 other things to do, so let's get started. Okay, quick update. What do we got left? Trailer hitch welded in. That's just so I didn't have to pull on the bumper style if I ever did try to do anything. You can't really see I welded it to the frame. These guards that I was going to put in, I have not put in. I need to go to the store and get screws. For those of you who didn't understand what I was talking about, basically they're just going to go on here, and I'm going to sheet metal screw it, and then that's going to keep, when your foot bangs into it, it's not going to tear up the vinyl. I know it's original, but it's not that important, but it's that important. Finished here. So that boot didn't work out. That's too high. I don't know if you guys saw or not. I had to heat this just slightly, move it. Everything else works. Feels like the brakes still need to be bled a little bit. I drove it down, turned it around, brought it back. Not a big deal. Lucky for us though, I put some water in it, and I discovered that the water pump is leaking right back underneath. It's not real fast, but I gotta fix it. So the water pump has to come back off. So we finished the motor, the battery brackets, the water overflow, did some vacuum lines, just picking away at the little things. The last major job we have is that roof rack, and I think that's going to do it. And then Mariana and myself are hoping, well, we'll have to put the hood on, and I'm soaking the hinges right now with some of that lube. Then I think we're gonna unveil the back seat, take off this seat cover, it's nasty, and reveal the original interior, which should match the front. Clean the whole car out. We've got some graphics we're going to put on the side. Mary had made those a couple of years ago. Obviously I need to paint that, do some grinding. I'm thinking about doing a little paint work right here, some little ferns and graphics and such like that. Going back to our list, well, I've added water pump. Overflow is done, trailer hitch is done, the front pole is done, roof rack we need to do, floor cover's done, headlights, like I said, I don't have anything for that, I'll have to go discover it. Battery hold down's done. Air cleaner, I don't like that, it looked like hell, it was hard to work with, so I'm going to revisit that. I'm at a loss, so that's another one of the things I have to do on my to-do list. So hopefully today we got some decent stuff. If not, we will catch up with you guys in a little bit. For those of you guys that are still watching the channel, I appreciate it as we get further along this project. Basically, after today's video, after you finish watching this one, the next one, I've already made arrangements. We should be ready to go. I've got a guy with a chase vehicle, so that when we get up into the woods and we go on these adventures, if it breaks down or something happens, then we're gonna need be towed out. If not, hey, it's gonna be a perfect day. RS Capri, not a lot of you guys watched that, but that video, there was absolutely nothing wrong with the car. The Ford brought us home. I expect this is the same thing to happen, to go on an adventure and have all the bugs worked out before we get there. Is it gonna go that way? Don't know, but I'm definitely aiming for it, putting in the work now to enjoy the trip later. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll get back to you when I do the roof rack, which will probably be tomorrow or the next day, which will all be one video for you. Anyways, we'll talk to you. All right, good morning. It's the next day. I'm working out here a little bit by myself. This is what I had envisioned for the door kick. Give it an opportunity so when we're in and out, we're not destroying the interior. It's already destroyed, but we're just preserving. So I'm going to set you up to watch what's going on at the next side. Give you a shot on that. It's a beautiful morning. We have, oh, good morning, Rolly. We have plans to take the car on a trip here. You'll see that in the next episode. I just got to finish, and then last night, of course, as I was putting the car, turning it around, and I discovered that the water pump leaks. So I'm gonna have to do a water pump job here pretty quick, like today, because my schedule is, I am just about out of time on this. So I don't know that I've ever seen anybody do this before with expanded metal, but you know, To each their own. If it works for you. What is the old saying? Is it really a dumb idea if it works? So what I ended up doing over there, because I'm working by myself again. Oh shoot. It's always nice, you know, even though the kids are busy with their lives, it's always nice when they can participate and hold something and move something. Or, you know, I should have checked to see if the door closed after I put this on. Oh well, I like a good surprise, I guess. All right. Okay, water pump. This is the tool I got from them this morning to try this. I know that there's a wide spot here. I don't think there's any way I'm going to get this off. You can see it's already damaged and someone's tried to repair it. I might have to get John to help me on this. Is it supposed to hold that? You can tell it's working great. It's one of those wrench tools from the O'Reilly's. I don't know. Of course, I thought it came with the wrenches. I mean, this is important too. But I got this wrench. So when I put this engine together, I had this water pump and I just re-gasketed it and put it on. And of course it don't work. And I never took this apart. I was able, because the engine was out, to reach in behind with wrenches. Alright, we're gonna have to make a tool. Okay, quick update. Water pump is off. We had to manufacture a tool to hold that. It turned out it was the weep hole. This was an old, I said this the other day about using old parts, and I tried to save money. I reused one of these off of one of the engines I put together. It turned all right, but the seal is bad and it was leaking right out the weep hole. $44, pick it up in a few minutes. So I've moved on to this. These are cardboard cutout that I made for the roof rack. So up here I got the bar, and then it's going to be a standoff like that. I'll make 4 of those, and then I'll take off these ends, and then that should set. That should set into there like that. And I'm not sure if I want to drill through and bolt it, weld some studs on the top, have them poke up, or hose clamp it. I might just hose clamp it temporarily because I'm not sure how I want to do it yet. I'm still thinking about it. Anyways, I'll let you know how that goes. If you guys are interested, I can set you up here on some cutting. I don't got any help today. Everybody was busy. Well, John helped me for a few minutes for he had things he had to do. So let's cut these out. What you want to do is probably your cords underneath. Guess it's time to clean that tip, huh? Rock and roll, let's go. Okay, I don't know how much you're going to be able to see with the way I got you set up. New water pump. This neighborhood's so noisy. New water pump, new gasket. There's instructions if you're not familiar. This obviously has a hole right here. I don't know if you can see. And it has to line up. So when you install these, you want to make sure your gasket lines up with that bypass hole, and then all this stuff should line up. So in order to hold it into place, you don't need to RTV these in, but I'm going to put a little light skim coat on there to hold it while I'm doing the work. So I'll put a couple of dabs. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. A couple of dabs. You get your finger sticky doing this. Now you can smear that along. I used to try to keep it out of the bolt holes when they came through, but since these are threaded into the block, a little on the thread isn't going to hurt nothing. It'll help seal it up. Put it on there like that. And then I'm going to do a double seal. I don't need to, but I'm gonna, just because I want to make sure I don't have to take that stupid fan off again. John and I worked on it this morning. I ended up making a tool. Probably mentioned that. I don't remember. I was working on the roof rack stuff in between water pump stuff. I'm trying to get this thing going. Today's a Wednesday. I'm supposed to have it on the trail Saturday morning, and I don't feel like I'm ready. But you know what? We'll try to get her there. Luckily, I had a few extra days this week due to the holiday season. And I mentioned before in a video, be good to people this time of year. And that's a true statement. Take care of each other. So, getting it all over me. So what I like to do is I laid out my bolts the way they came out, so I know this one fit in there real nice. If I do it right, there's no horsing around. I just put it right in. It looks like I'm horsing around. Oh, come on, you go in your home. Let me find my tool. Put you on pause, I'll be right back. Yeah, it was like I never left. Not tight, loose till you get them all going on. Again, this is the problem with having a lifted up car. I'm up here, but I'm bent over, but I'm in the way, but oh yeah, that's a lower one. Well, I don't know how much that you saw. The dang camera stopped recording. Surprise. Anyways, this is work I didn't expect to do, so I thought I had a good pump on here. Obviously I didn't. You know, when I bought all these parts years ago to put together, it was you know, it was in the truck and I thought there was problems. So like everything on that truck, there must have been a problem with the water pump leaking. The guy ran out of water and then he overheated it, and then that's where I ended up rebuilding the engine. Okay, I got a new thermostat. Went with 180 because I wanted to go with 180. and it was one they had on the shelf. So I thought that was a pretty decent deal. We'll take that spring off. Now, with these, you see it's got to go in that groove so that it sets flush. They want to do that. They're going to want to do that every time, and there's nothing you can do except for just be patient, and that is a hard thing to do. Sometimes you can put the gasket behind it. Nope, in this case you don't. I could try smearing some goop on there. Everything else is on the ground. This is the worst car to work on. Everything is so round that nothing sets still. Everything falls off of this car. These are the screws here. Oh. All right, there it felt. I felt it go into its notch. Finish the choke, it's sticking close, it's too warm, it doesn't want to. Ready to go. Why is the throttle stuck, Mary?
I don't know. Halfway there, though.
Okay, so the last video cut that Mary had was it trying to load onto the trailer. Right now, we should have been in our off-road adventure. I had to cancel it. When the car can't even load itself on the trailer, it is definitely not ready for an off-road park. So that seemed to be the high jump for the car. We're going to start out in the kiddie pool. We're going to go backtrack a little bit. I know I was rushing the other day. My temper was flared when it went full throttle and tried to rocket itself into the, and then it's had trouble. So let's take a look at what our trouble is. I've got some ideas.
You know what's funny? It's still even more rust dropped. I thought we were done with that.
No, Mary, this is not a good car. This was in the junkyard for a reason. Okay, so to catch everybody up, this was a tank I put in here. It doesn't look like it's that rusty, does it? So let's, those are $9 each. And I have another one that I intended to use on the trip, which we never could even get that far. And then I have one of these. Now, before everybody freaks out and says you're going to burn your car down, that's true if it was over the engine. I'm going to put it first in the line because these you can take apart, and I'm hoping that I can clean that. And I'll put a new filter in there. It's not going to catch fire. All it's going to do is lose prime if it has a leak in it, and the engine will stop. So before everybody gets on their hate mail, which I don't think we have hate mail people, do we, Mary? We have concerned individuals.
Yeah.
And I have had that on engines in the past, and it has leaked, so that's why it's not in service. But because I kept it, so what I'm going to do is, it says in, and it says out. I want to put fuel into it, so I'll put it on this end. This tank wasn't that rusty, and Jonathan and I vacuumed it out the other day. I don't think you were around, Mary, when we were doing that.
I wasn't.
I don't know how much that's going to make in the video clip. Really, this is the end of this series. Okay. I don't know that you can shake any of that dirt out of there. Looked like I did. It doesn't look that bad. And I know that it... Yeah, look at how nasty that is. Do we just try to put that one back in, or do I just put the new one in? Oh, you know what?
Put the new one in. You're here. It's not like it's a ton of work.
Hold that up like that.
Well, you don't want to drain the line?
No, I'd prefer to give this little thing every chance it can get. All right. So then we're flowing that way. So I need a piece of hose here. I'm not a big fan of these clamps, but I love them today.
I thought they were your favorite thing.
Nah, oh, Mary.
It's slippery. I'm sorry.
So the time you guys see this video, Christmas would have come and went, and I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. We're trying to get prepared. We got things going on around the house. Yesterday, we took the day off to go goof around, which we didn't film for you because this isn't, you know, anyways.
It wasn't YouTube goofing around. It was family goofing around.
But anyways, this whole YouTube thing it's frankly been wearing on me. And, you know, I'm not saying I'm jealous of other channels, but man, I'm doing the same thing as them, but they seem to have a lot more viewership. So I get frustrated that my growth isn't as quick as somebody else's. Anyways, we're going to get this car going. So what we've done now.
Grass is always greener.
Oh, I know. I hate green grass. Okay. So I know this is clear. I blew in it the other night. I took the thing off at the pump. It had a vacuum problem, so I can assume. So let's put it on pause, Marion. Let's get set up. All right, Mary, turn the key, hit the button, see if she'll run, draw our own fuel. Is the key turned on?
Yes.
What the hell's going on with this thing then? Go ahead.
Just to the on position, right?
Yeah, turn it on. You know, it hasn't really ever ran good since I bent that thing the other night. You know, after it went full hero. And
you want your bender?
No, I just can't understand why it wouldn't work. All right, go ahead and start it. Try that again. I know it's getting spark. I can see it. It's just thirstier.
Yeah.
We'll give it lots of fuel. Man, this thing is a... Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hey, you can forget the battery's dead. We have to jump at the jump starter.
Okay.
But that was our whole problem. Look how when it went into full Monty, and
it couldn't siphon up through the last filter.
Because the motor mount must be loose. Is there even motor mount bolts in this? The engine's been flopping around.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh! Look, what?
We installed it 5 years ago. How am I meant to know? It stayed in, moving it around the yard.
Because it was dark and you have to show the video of it rodeoing itself onto the trailer when the throttle was stuck wide open.
Yeah, I think I have it. Well,
okay, so let's back up. So I'm trying
at least it's a simple fix.
So I'm trying to be a hero and get this thing to go on the trailer the other night. Just drive it on. First gear, low range. Just drive on. Just drive on. Anyways, as soon as it hits a little bump, something happened with the engine because it just went like that. And the throttle got bent over on the tab, which I think we showed on the video. Anyways, that got stuck wide open. Then it was Rodeo City because I had to get on the clutch, turn the key off. Now we just look down here this morning in the daylight, and what do we see? a fuel line that's pinched off, which would explain why it's not drawing fuel.
It's Jetson saying, I'm trying.
What the motor's always moved around a lot. I just figured, well, it's got loose motor mounts. I bet.
Sounds like we have to zip tie the line out of the way.
Well, I'll put a bolt in the motor mount.
Yeah,
All right, well, let the battery charge. I bet it'll run now once we get that unpinned. Yeah. What do they always say? It's the simple things that get you. It's the overlooked things. And, I'm just going to complain, so just hear me out. I have done so much work in the last few days on this, and this thing should have stayed in a junkyard, and I'm not saying it shouldn't. It should be cool at the end, but boy, we are earning it. There's no freebies on this. It has been a struggle, and it's probably due to my abilities. It's due to the weather. It's due to my time. It's due to the fact that I have a bad attitude when things go south, and hopefully that's not captured on video, but those realistic...
The tune of your whistle sure changes quick.
Well, my whistle is out of tune, Mary. I had it running so good in the driveway. There's no timing marks on it, so I ear timed it and everything. I'm like, yeah, she's ready to go.
And then still in the driveway.
Well, yeah, I moved from there to Partway, and let me go get a pry bar.
Your handy dandy pry bar. The whole engine's wiggling.
Look at how smashed that is. There's your problem. Got no gas.
Hold on. Let me zoom it in so they can see.
Well, you're going to have to move your camera around. I got to take that line out. It's fried.
Yeah, it's pancake.
I bet there's no motor mount bolt in there, nut or whatever in there.
Yeehaw! Yay, Jetson!
Let me look under there since I'm want to lay in the ground in the cold, snowy ice water.
Yeah.
I need a light. I'm too old. Let me use my phone.
My phone's the one filming her in.
You push this button. You flip that. Oh, it didn't do it. You flip it down.
Yeah, there you go, little guy.
Oh, there's no nut on the back of that. Why is the motor in here without a motor nut?
Are the rest of them nutted? Bolted but not nutted?
No, it's not. Some idiot
just placed it in and called it good?
Some idiot placed it in and must have went in the house for dinner 5 years ago. Okay, so see, it was the right choice to tell my friend, look, I'm not ready.
Or engine would have been in our laps.
I wonder where the nuts are. You think that old line will recover? I should probably cut that piece out.
It's probably wise to put a new section on there.
Oh yeah, and I cut these off the other day, and I'm gonna drive over them until
everything on the ground. It's like Easter. They're Easter eggs.
All right, well, let me see if I can find some Ford nuts with a big washer on them.
I'll go bury it back on the table so it can be a mystery when we try to find it again.
Yeah, when half your
rust. Now we got to find more line and nuts.
Yeah, why don't you turn that piece of off and fall off the ladder here.
It's the time. We're doing what, Dad?
I'm fixing what happened. Oh, the hose is starting to repair itself. Not. Okay, so I don't have the bolts, the nuts for the motor mounts. So I'm going to have to figure out what they are and go buy some nuts and washers.
But he's doing what he can do right now.
Well, I want to show the people it runs. We are taking it on an adventure. I just needed a day off from the frustration. Because when it went full rodeo, it
scared us.
Well, yeah, why would it not slow down?
Yeah, it scared us and caused problems.
Oh, look at that. It unvacuumed.
Are you going to try to put it back on?
Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, if I put it short like that.
You're going to lose 5 gallons of gas first.
I hope not. We'll get rid of this piece. Yeah, I probably would have recovered, but once it's...
Oh, that's grand.
Remember what I was telling you about everything being round on this car? You can't...
Oh, I know it's round.
You can't set anything anywhere. Yeah, that's better. It won't get under there. Well, whose idea was it to put that loop there anyways? To have all that extra fuel line so you could work on it.
You like loops. Put loops in. Look at this. Loop. Loops. Loops. You're loopy.
Mary, what is our motto here at Just Enough Garage?
If you didn't do it twice, you didn't do it right.
Okay. I have built 4 cars in the last week. They all just turned out the same. They look like this because I've done it 4 times.
Yeah, four times.
I bet it'll start now.
Well, it'll probably take a minute or so of cranking, but
Got a good battery. We got fuel.
I'm charging up right now.
So off camera, I actually went back and changed the other filter to the original one, but I still left the other little glass one in line.
So
that's new gas, okay, people. That's $35 worth of gas. So
what are you up to? 4 filters now?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, on the line currently.
Let's start it.
Okay.
I bet it'll want to run now that it can get fuel.
Ready?
Yeah. Go back and look to make sure it's pumping fuel.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, don't push the choke that far, Darian.
I didn't.
Go ahead and start it again. I'm messing around with this.
Fingers clear.
We got a vacuum leak there I want to fix. Hey, Mary, did we even check to see if 2 microphones work before we just made like a 30-minute film that we're going to cut down to like a few seconds?
They should work.
Should.
Yeah, we can go and check the clip before we read
one
it.
of my subscribers and a friend of mine from my workplace, he says, cut all this out, Darren, and put some real tires on it. And I'm like, I kind of like it. I like that. I mean,
she's a classic.
Yeah. So I think this is the right threading for plugging my vacuum leak. I'm going to cut it off, pinch it, braze it. Maybe, I don't know. It's full of dirt.
He loves brazing.
Well, I'm getting good at it. Did you see how I brazed?
Yeah, I showed him.
Braze the gas tank here.
Oh, I showed him that one. I didn't show him this one.
So this one here, I was able to do on the workbench because it was just a 3/8 bull plug I drilled through, put that in, brazed it, threaded it in. It picks up off the ground, angle cut. I don't know that I filmed it. Over here, the tank was so empty, and it had been empty since 1974 or 5, that I just brazed that one right there in the car. That's my vent.
Yeah, I showed him.
So now there should be no fumes in the trunk because it should be venting to the outside. So I figure it would be all right. She likes it better when she can get fuel.
Yeah.
And look how clean that is now.
Yeah, that's what I was showing him. Well, I told him, I was like, well, it's not really drawing fast right now, but...
No, you know, the other day I was... the other day I was all wound up because I wanted to go do stuff, and I was tired with this car, and I'd met my saturation point. And then that's what got the better of me, and as I've been overlooked, I was trying to meet a schedule. I just couldn't do it. You know, sometimes people got to be careful of that themselves, what they can and can't do. I'm learning.
I'm pretty sure I told you that night. Just take a step away. The only one putting pressure on yourself is you.
Well, yeah, because all I had to do was put it on a trailer, Mary, and we could have gone today. Let me cut this down, and I'll get back with you.
No bondage around here.
We might be able to turn it down a little when we get on the trail.
Yeah, usually it's a little lower.
I want it a little slower, just a little crawl.
Crawling.
Okay, I think we're done with this.
Then we'll get some nuts and...
Let me turn it off so we can talk.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you guys just saw, get my hat straight. You just saw that we got it all kind of tuned, whatever, adjusted. It's running perfect right now. We got a few things to do. It's just prior to Christmas, last minute items. I need to clear a spot out of the driveway. We might sneak on down the road a little ways, go a couple of blocks, come back. We live in the city. Those dang cops are always watching for people with no license, no insurance, and this may attract attention.
We're ticking all the boxes.
Yeah, so that's why I was going to put it on my trailer and take it somewhere else, because I don't feel like horsing around with it until I know it's a solid rig. Anyways, we're hoping to show you that at the end, a little drive, and then the next video should just be exclusively off-road.
Yeah, just adventuring. And whatever problems come with that, because you know there are going to be problems.
Well, that one hub the other night locked up when we tried to move it, so I'm hoping it'll just kind of work after it.
It also reared up there like a bowl, though.
Yeah, it's junk. All right, we'll talk to you later.
We're rambling. Forward a little. There you go.